Hi, welcome to Nighttime Yoga with Nedra Blitz. So this is just going to be a short practice to get your body and mind all ready for a really good night's sleep. So let's come to our hands and knees into tabletop. Stacking your shoulders over the wrists and your hips are right over the knees. Here we're going to focus on the spine as you inhale, dropping your belly, taking your gaze forward, but focus on the extension of the spine. And as you exhale, tuck your tailbone under, bring your chin towards your chest, focusing on the flexion of the spine. Nice deep breath as you inhale going forward. This is opening the front side of your body. So imagine breathing down all the way to your tailbone. And as you exhale, imagine your breath rolling back up your spine. You can imagine it moving out through the top of your head. So imagine that you're breathing into your spine, in through the top of your head, breathing all the way down to the tailbone as you take your gaze forward, opening your front. And as you exhale, imagine the breath moving back up your spine, all the way out through the top of your head as you bring your chin towards your chest. Nice, slow, mindful movements. Setting the intention to let go of any of your stresses from the day, any to-do list. Just put it aside until tomorrow. Just focus on your breath and bring your awareness into your body. So let's come into neutral. Take your left hand and take it forward just a little bit. We're going to move into thread the needle. And you can take your left hand and thread it underneath the armpit, coming down to the outside of your head. You can reach the right arm forward. Keeping the pelvis above the knees. You can even bring your palm against the floor and even twist just a little bit more if that feels good. Focus on that stretch between your shoulder blades or in your upper back or through your shoulders. See where you feel that. And keep focusing on the deep breaths. Let's bring the right hand back underneath the shoulder, pressing up onto all fours. And let's walk the hands forward so that you come into this modified plank. Shoulders are over the wrists still, but let's have a straight line from the shoulders down to the knees. And then let the hips fall forward for a really good hip flexor. Stretch. And as you exhale, press down into the hands, shifting your tailbone back towards your heels. Now feel that stretching through the shoulders and upper back. We're going to flow like this. So inhaling, coming forward, and exhaling as you move into your child's pose. Moving at your own pace. And you're always welcome to stay in either one of these poses for a while if that's what your body needs. So if the hip flexors are feeling a little tight and you want to stay here for a few rounds of breath, I want you to honor that. And do what feels best for your body. If it feels more appropriate for you to stay in the child's pose a little bit longer, perhaps even letting your head rock from side to side, massaging your forehead on your yoga mat, which is very calming. You could also stack the hands underneath the forehead if you choose to stay here for a few breaths. And when you're ready, we're all going to come back into neutral, back into our tabletop. Walking the left hand forward just a little bit as we thread the needle on the other side. So reaching your right arm through. You're going to come down onto the right shoulder and the right side of the head. Reaching your left arm forward. Focusing on twisting through the spine. Focusing on your breath. As you inhale, use your strong core, bringing yourself back into tabletop. And let's do just a little bit of cat-cow here. Inhaling as you take your gaze forward, exhaling as you breathe down your spine into your tailbone, tucking tailbone under, chin towards your chest. Inhale, extension at both ends of your spine, at your tailbone and the cervical area. And then as you exhale, flexion. Coming back to neutral. Now let's walk the hands forward. We're going to come into puppy pose here. So you can walk your hands out. You're going to keep your hips over the knees just like we did in thread the needle, but both arms are forward. And bring your forehead right down to the mat if you can. If you're flexible and it feels okay, you can take your gaze forward, bringing your chin to the mat. This is a big shoulder opener and a big upper back stretch. As you inhale, slowly bringing your hands back, and we're going to slide into child's pose here. So you can make a choice if you want to take your knees wider to come back into child's pose. You can keep your knees together, and you have a couple choices with your arms. You can bend your elbows. You could again stack the fists under the forehead, or you could take your hands down by your feet. You could even hold on to the feet. So you can pick which one of these options feels the best for you so that you can just completely relax. Inhaling, slowly coming back up to hands and knees, and now we're going to turn and come into a seated position. Bending the knees, extending your arms. Let's slowly lower onto the mat. Keep control all the way down. We're going to do a spinal twist. So you can extend your left leg. Let's bring the right knee into the chest. Take your right arm straight out to the side. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, using the left hand, bring the right knee across the body, and you can look to your right. Inhale, let's come back to center, and as you exhale, gently twist. Inhale, center. And on the exhale now, we're going to stay in this twist a little longer. If you have a pillow or rolled up towel or blanket, anything folded you want to put underneath the knee, you could do that to support the knee. You can gaze out over the right fingertips. Just focus on gentle breathing. Notice any tension in your body, and let's breathe into that tension. Inhale, imagine it opening and expanding, and as you exhale, imagine it melting and leaving your body. Inhale, opening and expanding, and exhale, imagine that tension melting into the floor, draining into the earth. As you inhale, look towards the ceiling and bring your knee back to center. We'll bend both knees. Straighten out your spine, so you might need to lift your pelvis to straighten the spine out. Let's bring one knee into the chest and then the other, and let's do some circles with the knees, massaging the lower back, focusing on how that feels on your sacrum. And then let's prepare for the other side. So let's straighten the right leg out, rest it on the mat. Left arm goes out to the side. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to take the left knee across the body, gazing to your left. Inhale, come back to center. You can look towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, gently twist. Eyes can be open or closed. Inhale, center. And on your next exhale, we're going to stay in the twist. Again, you can use something underneath the knee if you'd like a little more support. It's okay if your right or your left shoulder comes off the mat just a little bit. You can turn so that your gaze, again, eyes open or closed, but you're gazing off over the left fingertips. Start to soften your body. Become aware of any tension that you're feeling. Notice where that is, and as you inhale, breathe into that tension. And as you exhale, imagine any tension melting and draining into the floor, draining into the earth. Inhale, opening and expanding your body. And as you exhale, you're releasing any stress, any tension, any resistance. As you inhale, let's bring your knee back to the center. And let's bring your right knee into the chest, maybe rocking from side to side, letting your spine straighten itself out. And then let's bring the knees in towards the armpits for happy baby. So if it's in your reach, you could grab the bottoms of your feet, or you could use your peace fingers and grab the big toe to hold. We want the bottoms of the feet open towards the ceiling. And if this isn't a pose that really works for you, you can just bring the knees into the chest and give yourself a gentle hug. It's nice to have this little hip opener here. If this is a comfortable pose for you, gently rocking from side to side, just like a baby. And the rocking sensation is very calming for your nervous system. Bring the knees back into the chest. And now bring your feet down to the mat. We're going to roll to our side. And then turn towards the floor. Use your arms, the strength of your arms, to bring yourself up into tabletop. So we're going to walk the hands back. You're going to come onto your feet. Keep your knees bent, and then start to straighten your legs a little bit, not completely unless that feels good. But we're going to let gravity help to decompress and lengthen your spine. So the last forward fold before we finish our practice. And these forward folds are very calming to the nervous system. So let your body completely relax. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. You can even grab the opposite elbows if that feels good. Let your body rock, or just let it hang. And now really slowly start to straighten your legs, but let your upper body stay really heavy. And we're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Really slowly and mindfully rolling up. Let your neck and head stay heavy until you roll up all the way to standing. And now it's important that you stay very mindful as you transition from this little yoga practice into sleep. And if we don't want to do any activities that are going to bring activity back into the cells and back into the nervous system, so keeping yourself nice and calm, if you can, go crawl right into bed. And make sure that you give yourself that message as you're going to sleep, that it's time for you to rest and repair. It's so important that your cells have that time to rest and repair. And sending that message and setting that intention for yourself every evening will let your body do its job. Make sure that you're getting enough rest. So let's take a nice deep breath. As you inhale, sweep your arms in. Gathering the unconditional love of the universe that's always around you. As you exhale, bring this love down into your heart space, bowing your head to that place within that is pure love. And know that when you are in that space and I am in that space, we are the same, we are one. Namaste. Pleasant dreams. Thank you for joining me.